Last question in that respect. I don't know whether the Makadara one. I'll wait for 1-2, which is land number 209/4844/124, Makandara constituency, which was designated for use by the land is measured 10/5 to the exhibits of subdivision. The land was registered, divided into 75 portions, which portions were then leased out or given out to various entities and people. Honorable Chair, that parcel now was leased by the specific one/124 by City Council of Nairobi to Messrs. Kimemia Engineering Construction Company Limited for a term of 99 years with effect from 1st of February 1953. The transfer was evidenced by entry number 94, and we've attached that register. A copy of the lease document is attached. The land has since been converted into parcel number Nairobi block, because this is one of those under the Land Titles Act is for conversion under the Land Registration Act, and an internal search are marked number 7, annexure number 7. Finally, I want to say, in respect of that parcel, the land is now converted into the number that I have stated, Nairobi Block 55/127, and it is private to Kimemia Engineering Construction Company Limited. I think the question number 3 of question 1, error number 79/811, again in Makandara constituency, which was designated for the Buruburu Phase 5 community playing ground according to the question. The response, Honorable Speaker, is that I wish to say that Buruburu Phase 5 sits on Nairobi Block 79 and not LR number. (811) shows that the said parcel and surveyed as an open ground during the planning and survey of the estate. The land parcel measures 0.0685 hectares per survey plan number FR 159/16. We've put an extra there, the survey plan, an extra 8. Honorable Speaker, my minister in respect of that parcel, and it's therefore remains an open ground for the community or for public use. Finally, allow me, Honorable Speaker, to say that in total, those parcels, that is Nairobi Block 209/4844, is now Block 55/127, and then Nairobi Block 79/811. The government is responsible for planning, surveying, and allocation of the parcels of land registered in their favor. The role of the ministry is to register land rights upon determination by the county government. In other words, once we receive a lease allotment or allocation, then we proceed to register, but we don't determine who should be allocated. I believe, Honorable Speaker, I have responded to the first question with its three components.
Thank you, Cabinet Secretary. Senator Sifuna, supplementary question.
Speaker, my proposal is that the CS should move to part B of the question. Then we take the supplementary answers, questions from there. There is a part B there of the same question. What is the ministry doing to safeguard the rights of the legitimate owners of these parcels of land and to address the reported cases of fraudulent claims and encroachment in respect of the said parcels?
I thought I clarified in the last part of page 3 of my response, or any other authority or individual owner, and therefore I believe in respect of the Buruburu parcel, the property, the parcel is for community land use or community use for public use. It's an open ground. The other two are actually privately owned. So therefore, if I do not then see what else Honorable Senator requires me to do. I thought the main concern is whether they are still held, how the holding, the property held, do I am able to demonstrate the registered owners. And then the last one is in the name of Nairobi City Council. Basically, it's an open encroachment. It can be, but as of now, it remains, and our records show that it is an open land. These are the kind of properties that get grabbed, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Sifuna.
Yes, Waziri, that was exactly what my concern is. And I was going to request that there is what the ministry knows in the office that this plot in Buruburu Phase 5 is an open ground, but then there is what is on the ground itself. I was going to request, Honorable Speaker, that the CS dispatches officers from her office to go and ascertain whether the position that she has reported here about the piece of land remaining an open land, a play area for the residents, is actually factual on the ground. Because we are looking at her ministry. When we see encroachment there, some of these people move around with pieces of paper purporting to be from the ministry. And I am sure you have anti-fraud measures that you've put in place as a ministry. So the residents are expecting that you come through for them as a ministry to curb what is actually happening on the ground. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Sifuna, the said ground in Buruburu, is it ground vested?
Honorable Speaker, you can see from the response that it is open ground and it is vested in the City County of Nairobi. But that is the reason why we come to the ministry. This CS, we have interacted with her on many properties in Nairobi, including Tomboya Social Hall. And her ministry was very, very instrumental in ensuring that the people of Nairobi get back that property that is leased. Most of these problems, I admit, come from the county government of Nairobi. Ministry of Lands, the record straight about the order.
That it remains with the City Council of County. Yes,
well,
please proceed.
Yes, thank you. I think...
Point of clarification. Yeah, what's your point of clarification?
I just wanted, Speaker,
can we
to
allow
respond to the Honourable Senator in respect of his
what
question.
What clarification are you seeking for? Because it's a question raised by Senator Sifuna. She needs to respond. From Senator Sifuna. Then you will wait and ask your supplementary question.
No, it's not a question. Is to register land rights upon determination by the county government. So open area, has it been given other land use? Maybe it has been allocated to somebody else. That's why I wanted clarification.
Proceed, Cabinet Secretary.
Yes, for record purposes, this the Hansard can capture that this land remains an open ground. In terms of our records, there is no request for any other transaction to be registered. However, I asked my teams yesterday to give me a ground report, which I don't have yet. I can dispatch that to the Honorable House once I receive it. But it is true, I also requested for the ground report. So that really is the situation. And I don't know whether there is encroachment, but even if there is any encroachment, it will be an irregular encroachment without any title.
Senator Sifuna, do you have another supplementary question? Yes, Senator Manzo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to ask a supplementary question in relation to Dagoretti sub-county. If the minister could clarify that, for purposes of affordable housing, that land has been compulsorily acquired from residents who have not been compensated, and although some leases had not been ended, the 99 lease had not ended, that land has still been confiscated from residents of Dagoretti sub-county for purposes of affordable housing. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Cherargei.
Mr. Speaker, in supplementary, because we are discussing on the sanctity of protecting the issuance of rights and even documentation, in Nandi County, Mr. Speaker, there are more than 2,000 squatters of lands, because he's here. 3 weeks ago, Mr. Speaker, and you're aware, 2 of my people were killed in Kimwani area over land dispute. What is she doing to ensure that the people do not die? Because we died during colonial era to lands, we'll put in place to ensure each and every Kenyan is allowed to access or have a place to live with. Mr. Speaker, you are aware, in Africa, if you don't have land, you are nobody. Land is equated to our life. So is the minister aware, and what is she doing to protect the rights of the squatters to access or allocation of land, especially in Kimwani, Mr. Speaker, because we have buried those 2 people and others were injured. And even as we talk, Mr. Speaker, there is ongoing eviction. I thought, Waziri, we were with you on the other side, that we said after Ruai, when people were being moved during Ruai evictions at night during COVID, we refused. Why is it still happening under your watch?
You are ambushing the cabinet secretary with a question about Nandi when we're talking about issues of Nairobi with this primary question, referring to belonging to the Nandi county government.
Yeah, it's because...
Raise the question to the governor.
No, it doesn't belong to...
I'll allow that question, but I will give
Chair,
the cabinet secretary... I'll give the cabinet...
She is the Minister of Lands.
I will give the cabinet secretary the...
Of the Republic of...
Let's take the other supplementary question from Catherine Muma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Welcome, CS, to the Senate. My question, CS, is whether undertaking without a house, what are you doing to ensure that somebody being removed from a house can at least be guaranteed to get into a house and provided the necessary damages or compensation to facilitate their house? Otherwise,
Allow your
Mr. Speaker, and she's somebody who works, is that so many have been unable to achieve the ownership titles for this. Some of the land was for the schools and some for the hospitals. The problem is that...
Sir, and I regret if there has been any death, but and therefore you need also to assist the families by ensuring that a report is also made to the police, because that now is a criminal aspect of it. Why? Because that now is a criminal aspect of it. While I deal with the land question, maybe that is necessary. But then, of course, quickly, in terms of settlement of people without land, yes, of course, we have a government program under the adjudication and settlement program in my ministry. Consider, I think these people are on ADC land from your own statement, and ADC land is government land, and therefore, if there is any... Let me finish the statement. What I'm saying is that
the CS said she will respond in full.
Yes.
At a later date.
Yes, thank you. And I think I should reach there in respect of that response. We are not carrying out any evictions. We are not carrying out any evictions, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, I think there is a generalized attitude or maybe perception that the Ministry of Lands, Public Works and Housing is evicting. When we get a site for a project, there is a determination of the people who were living in those places. Most of the land is either the houses belong to the county government, so we work in conjunction with them. If then the house belongs to the national government, because the other land we are using is land belonging to national government, different entities of national government, then it means they are living as, either they are paying to the national government and the request to move out to another place where they can rent, an arranged plan where they are given time to organize new lessons. There is normally a small disturbance allowance depending on the case-to-case issue. And enumeration is done and they are given preference when the new project is complete. Thank you. I think on Embakasi, this Embakasi launching, this is one of the biggest challenges my ministry has had, and I believe, of course, the shareholders of the Embakasi have been suffering and going through quite a difficult period. The biggest challenge is posed by the officials of Embakasi launching and other, because we have like two teams of officials who keep on fighting and throwing out each other, taking coups, and we have people who style themselves as officials and they keep on issuing illegal share certificates. But nevertheless, my ministry has a committee that is designated to deal with those issues day to day, working together in coordinators. They have visited me as a company. We have issued 25,000 wires to be titled, and we are working with them. We have facilitated them as much as we can. But it is that. Maanzo, I thought we had agreed that I answered it when I'm answering the housing, but yes.
Okay. Very well, yes.
Well,
Thank you
because
very
there are questions.
which will be question 99. We're going to skip CS, we're going to skip, so we go straight to question 99. Senator Sifuna.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Just before I do this, I think there was an agreement that colleagues who have raised questions and have been waiting for a long time for answers from the CS should be given priority when the CS finally appears. So I want to urge my colleagues, please, let us get these answers for our people. You have opportunity to also put those questions to the CS and wait as long as some of us have waited from April to get these answers for our people. So these disruptions by the Senator for Nandi are totally unwelcome, Honorable Speaker. I want to on the circumstances under which the parcel of land in South Sea, Ward Langata constituency registered as LR number 209/10210 and on which the College of Insurance stands was encroached upon by a private developer who has already excavated and constructed a perimeter fence around that portion of land. B, what steps has the ministry taken to address the situation and to safeguard the rights of the Insurance, Training and Education Trust, who are the legitimate owners of the parcel of land? C, could the Cabinet Secretary explain how the ministry intends to generally address the growing menace of fraudulent acquisition and encroachment of public land by private individuals and developers, especially in the city county of Nairobi? I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Cabinet Secretary.
The question on insurance College of Insurance, asked by Honorable Senator for Nairobi. Honorable Speaker, this is grant number LR 209/10210, or IR number 66157, which contained an acreage of 2 hectares, more particularly delineated in survey plan number 193902. The grant comprised a leasehold term of 99 years, commencing 1st of March 1982, with an annual rent of 138,000. The grant was first registered on the 20th of June 1995 in the name of Insurance Training and Education Trust. The same parcel was also allocated to one Rajab Ahmed Karume. The grant indicates that the parcel contains an acreage of 2 hectares in the name of Rajab Karume as well, and more particularly delineated on survey plan number 2. $78905. The grant comprised a leasehold term of 99 years from 1st of thousand. As revised, the grant was registered on 6th of July, subject matter of court proceedings and Environment and Land Court, ELC Court, at Milimani, case number 865, taken by ELC in the High Court, and we put an extra and a bundle of documents, including the decree and an order of documents, including the decree and an order of the court. The ministry, my officers, have been continuously under threat of being committed to civil jail for sometimes taking time to interrogate, some of these records, and especially where a court ruling and judgment has been given. So to that extent, then we are following the court order and to make them less susceptible or vulnerable to manipulation, thereby guarantee questions of integrity and security of documents. We have also fast-tracked titling of institution and also private institutions. We have continuously cooperated with investigations. Or investigative agencies when issues of public property arise and the request for documentation is normally given with easy access. To this end, we have officers from the DCI domiciled in the ministry headquarters, and that has also assisted in terms of making the place a free corruption zone. However, I, as the minister in charge, I would still want to say it is work in progress. So far, Cabinet has approved about close to 35 billion for a first phase of additional funding to do automation, and that has been approved as a process of funding with World Bank support, and I believe we should be possibly managing to go throughout run throughout the country, and so far I believe we have done well. Nairobi is at maybe maybe 98%, we've moved to other counties. And with this new funding, we should be able to make better progress. I don't know whether I have lost course. I think I have exhausted Honorable Sifuna's question, but he needs also to still assist me with the Tom Boyer, because there is a court case coming up, and I believe the response by my ministry in response and defense of our position, which has been challenged since my appearance to the Senate, has been well spelled out and written by way of defense and reply in the court. And I believe the case is being handled properly by the Attorney General. But the people of that area should know that that remains public property.
Senator Sifuna, your supplementary.
Support of the people of Nairobi as you fight to recover all these properties that belong to the public that have been illegally acquired. Speaker, my question was going to be to the CS, what sort of defense they put up in this particular matter? Because if I remember my land law at the University of Nairobi, the first allocation that is given has some level of superiority over subsequent allocations. So I'm wondering if you have clearly delineated here that this particular parcel, the grant was first registered on 20th June 1995 in the name of the Insurance Training and Education Trust. Then you come here and we see a registration in favor of this private individual in July of 2011. This has appended my entire understanding of land law. Do you actually put up in quotes in support of your own records? And how once they get from you that the first initial registration, unless they say the first registration was irregular, by a registration that comes over 20 years later. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Sort of defense they put up in this case on a matter which has already been pronounced by the courts?
Tomboya, the ministry is putting up strong defense possible.
I don't know if the CS will
sorry. I